Hi VC. It has been, as the cliche goes, a while since my last video. I did a little snippet, 1 minute snippet of the record fair that I sold some things at. Now that was really an interesting experience and always is, because there are vultures there swooping around. They are scavengers, which would actually be red kites, but anyway, looking for bargains to be had from the likes of me and you, I guess you could say. So it was a very hot day here when the record fair was on, and I think I sold more records to dealers, to be honest with you. It was run by some people in conjunction with a record shop, I think, and the guy, he came round and he sort of bought what he wanted, what I mispriced maybe slightly. And then, just to make it even worse, I'd had a little wander around the corner and saw some things that I quite would have liked. There was a couple of Blondie first, second albums. They were like £2, I can't remember. And then there was something to do with Johnny Trunk, like an album of sort of music from Seasons or from his Trunk Recordings label. And the guy was quite prepared to do that at a cheaper price for me. But he got completely cleared out before I went back, and also I should have asked to have had them put by really. So in a way, I saved myself some money. Sold a few things. My mate sold a few things, although they were Beatles albums he sold, and I think whoever bought them did quite well, because I didn't sort of know exactly all about the pressings and how much they should have been priced at. So yeah, well, there you go. That's how it went. I bought one album, which is quite good of me, I guess. This album I bought from there was actually an Oxfam stall. We actually both donated some stuff to Oxfam. It's a charity, Oxfam. It says Oxford Famine, I think. We both donated a box of just stuff that we couldn't be bothered to take back, I suppose you could say. Yeah, it's quite heavy lugging boxes around, but I found this album and it's actually quite good. It's German. It's 70s, I think, 74, yeah. I don't know, I was just slightly intrigued by that cover there of a lederhosen clad man who's fallen down on the rocks. It actually turned out to be a really good sort of album with some sort of speaky bits in it, which I don't understand German. And then other parts of it were, yeah, actually quite sort of good songs, slightly proggy sounding, I guess. I'm not sure I even want to try and pronounce this. Ambros Tauchen and Prokopet. So that must be the three people, I think, and it's called Der Watzmann Ruft. And I don't know what that means, but I'm not even going to try and find out what that means for now. So maybe somebody can tell me what it means and if they know anything about this album. But it was good, and it was only 99p, so very happy with that. I got some VCLT coming up later, but I have a lot of albums to plough through here, so in fact I might even divide them into two. They all cost £1. I couldn't really remember what I'd been showing in my last videos, so maybe if I just count 1, 2, 3, if I sort of take half the pile, yeah, and I will show you what we have here. Okay, so they're all from various charity shops. Start off with this, some African music by Yusau Undor, or Yusundor. 4 tracks. Yeah. I only really know 7 seconds by him, so that should be an interesting one. We have A Billy Preston album, whole new thing. That's on A&M. 12-inch, Mama Said Knock You Out, and I don't know around the Way Girl, LL Cool J. I don't know, I just sort of bought some of these, I don't really know what they are, but I didn't know that Tupac was in this band, I think, or was it him? Yeah, Digital Underground, I remember the name, but I don't know if I'll like it. If I don't, I'll just move it on to somebody else. Incognito, some acid jazz, always there. Like this track, it's a good track. Found a better copy of Swing Out Sister album, debut album. Which, well, they had some hits in UK. I don't know whether they were big in America. So it'll be quite interesting to find out, really. Yeah, quite an English sort of sound, and I suppose if it was marketed, maybe they had more success across the pond. Here we have, I didn't like this album, I listened to this album. It's Duke Ellington at Newport. It just didn't get on with me at all. From 1956. Jeep's Blues, Newport Jazz Festival Suite, and Diminuendo and Crescendo in Blue. I don't know, I mean, just didn't like it, you know. Good recording, I guess. This I did quite like. This was quite experimental, and I'd not heard of this Van Dyke Parks, sorry. Not heard of him at all, but yeah, it's quite an interesting sort of album, this one. Song Cycle. And Warner Brothers. This is a film, a British comic strip film called The Supergrass, which I can't remember, but I mean they did Bad News comic strip, which is a really funny sort of spoof, a little bit similar to Spinal Tap, really, more like a pub band they were. But this is an album with just a compilation, and it's in virtually mint or very good condition. So I picked it up. We'll see. The last concert at the Rainbow has some Procol Harum on there, John Martin track, Kevin Coyne, Richard and Linda Thompson, Sassafras. I'm guessing, is that reggae or something? Don't know. I think it was on the. It was on the lovely Chrysalis Green album. I like that album. It has a nice label and it all seems to be good stuff. 1975, that is. Don't know whether Rainbow is in London. Whenever Roundhouse reopened in London. But this, I think I've seen before. Music of Debussy by Tomita, this guy here, with all his boxes and wires behind him. Harry Chapin album, I'll give him a go again. I wasn't that keen on the ones that I had before. The live album I had was quite good. This is a promo copy. Some really horrible shoes on there, in my opinion. But anyway, sandals and socks. Yeah. We've got a Millie Jackson album. No, I don't really know at all. Smiley Millie there. Straight down the middle, featuring some great moments in golf. A double album. The conversation recorded of people talking about golf. Let's see. Spotniks in London. This is in reasonable condition. I haven't played it yet. I thought it was worth the money for the cover alone. What a great cover with a bobby here. And yeah, 4 people dressed as 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 they are. This album, I've always seen this album, and it's got quite an iconic cover. I don't know whether it's worth a little bit more than the usual sort of rubbish sort of junk records that you find, and I don't know whether it's any good, but I will find out. But it's a nice cover, which sort of swayed me. This sort of very crazy French lady with a Polish name, VCLT, pour une bébé robot, for the baby robot. Yeah, this is interesting, but it's not in such good condition, this one. I don't know anything about her at all. I think maybe I've seen it in places. There she is. Yeah, very long lyrics. I think she's got a lot to say for herself, probably. So, yeah, it's not unusual to have people have toys and dolls and cuddly toys and things on album covers. I'm sure there's a few others, but strange. Monty Python's Flying Circus, the BBC original album, a little bit coming apart there. It's in mono. It's got Nudge Nudge Wink on it, and it's got the Dead Parrot Pet Shop, and some other sort of things from the TV series on BBC Records before they sort of brought out their own albums, or had a deal, I suppose. Here we have, actually this album is actually quite good. It's Demis Roussos' Fire and Ice. He just recently died. Was it this year? This is actually a really good album. Took a chance on that. Yeah. Pop. You know, pre Forever and Ever. Pop. I wouldn't say psych or anything, but just, yeah, interesting sounding, really. Yeah. Then we have Francois Hardy sings about love in French. This copy was owned by somebody living in Pinner, Middlesex. Yeah. That's on Pi, the Marble Arch sort of budget label. And then a couple of really good finds. This one, there is a Northern Soul classic on here, which I did not know about. Andre Brasseur, organ, instrumentalist. Yeah, this is in good condition. It's got an orange central one eye CVS label. And then this, I think they've spelled his name wrong here. It's Roger Glover. I think this is the guy who was in, it's right here on the spine, Glover. They've called him Clover here. The guy from Deep Purple. And it's basically a beautiful sort of album with some songs all about animals and lots of special guests on here. A lot of who I don't really know. It's 1973, and it's not in bad nick. I wouldn't say it was outstanding condition, but it's a good album. Yeah, it's a good album, good sort of fun album to put on and yeah, drift off into a bit of childhood whimsy, I guess you could say. Yeah. I think it's on an EMI Holland Bovema label, so they obviously got the spelling of his name slightly wrong, but yeah, I'll show you. Oh, it's one of these labels. It's one of these labels. I'm not really that au fait with all the labels and what they are, but I recognise this one. So it must be something to do with EMI and Deep Purple and that sort of a thing. Right, okay. think I've waffled on enough there. I'm going to open this, a package from the United States of America, and it was $13.70, which I don't know how much that is. That's like extortionate, really, to send something. You know, I don't have to come on a plane and everything. You can't like get a boat or something to deliver it. Okay, so it's from Trish, and summer is coming. Unfortunately, it's just going. Hi Trish, summer is just leaving England now. But thank you for these tunes, and I'm sure I will enjoy them. I have July Jams here with some sailing boats, and Firehouse Rock. I don't know what that is on there. I'd love to know what that is, but it appears to be a bird or some sort of winged animal with either a padlock it's broken free of, or it's got a handbag. I'm not entirely sure, but I will enjoy these, and these are all things that a lot of them I don't really know. I suppose it just shows you, I've talked about like sort of people's tastes in UK and mainland Europe being very different, and what's famous and what is not so well known. So across the pond in USA, things must be very different. I've heard of some of these names. I've heard of Marcia Griffiths. Jacob Miller, I don't know. Cherry Popping Daddies, I don't know. The Lucky Strikes, I don't know. So I will put these on. Thank you very much. I will possibly put them on when I do the washing up. Okay, so I will do another video in a minute. So thank you, and see you shortly. Bye.